Hi guys, welcome to Tahiti. Oh, I'm sorry, New Smyrna.
Happy Hump Day.
Happy Hump Day.
So it is Wednesday, May 11th. Have to look at our cheat sheet here. And we are in New Smyrna Beach on the east coast of Florida. We have detoured. We were going to end up in Daytona today, at an anchorage that we had been to a couple of times before.
Yeah, a couple times.
But the winds are so high and it's not very well protected from the north, so we decided to detour and come here to a more protected anchorage that's a little bit closer to where we were. So we had a short day today. I think a total of 5.5 hours?
Yeah, about 5.5 hours.
Really short, so.
Yeah, yeah. Lots of bump, lots of wind today. It was fairly calm this morning until we actually woke up, and then it got pretty windy then. Yeah. Just kidding. Yeah, we got out on the north side of the Titusville bridge and immediately started to pick up a little bit and blow. But it's basically been 20 miles an hour, gusting 25, 27 the whole way. And then including our 8 mile an hour, roughly, or a little more, plus or minus, forward progress on top of that. And
pretty splashy.
Yeah, I guess in the Mosquito Lagoon, when we finally got out in the Mosquito Lagoon going north, it's wide open there. So a lot of fetch from the north and a lot of salt spray coming over the bow. Yeah, it was blowing. It was probably 2-3 footers, occasional 4 footers, chop. So we were getting a lot of spray over the bow. No big deal for the boat whatsoever.
And it wasn't uncomfortable at all.
It wasn't uncomfortable. Yeah, it was fine for us too up here in the bridge with our new enclosure. Everything was absolutely fine. It's just when you go to anchor, you want somewhere where you can rest peacefully, not worrying about the boat bouncing around or dragging anchor, that kind of thing. So anyway, here we are.
Here we are.
There's a boat fairly close behind us, a sailboat. So if you guys see a boat creeping up on us, let us know.
Or hear a loud crash.
Yes.
We'll probably be way ahead of you on that.
Yep. Yeah, that would not be a good time. So we pulled anchor this morning. We got underway about
9:25.
9:25. Yep.
Ish.
Captain Wendy, she always captains the boat while I pull the anchor and stow the anchor away, clean it off, that kind of thing. So this morning
That's the hard part.
Yeah, this morning was a lot of mud, lots and lots of thick mud.
Right?
Yeah, seaweed, stringy, grassy, mossy seaweed, and fishing line. Had a bunch of fishing line wrapped around the anchor this morning, but no problem. We washed it down from the pulpit.
Lots of mud.
Stowed
Did you say
it.
you have mud on the anchor?
Yeah, lots of mud. Yeah. Clay, salty mud.
Which is good for holding.
Yeah, it was good for holding. Yeah, it was very deep. You could tell the stock and everything. We used an anchor that actually came on this boat that most people have never seen. It's called a barnacle anchor. And
also known as snaggletooth.
Snaggletooth, yeah. We'll take a picture of it sometime and send you.
Yeah.
The reason we don't have a mainstream anchor is because this thing holds. We have drug anchor a couple of times, but it was for silly stuff. We got our chain wrapped around our own anchor and fouled our own anchor one time. We've never had a big issue. But where are you going?
I have to show this boat.
Oh.
That is very cool. I don't know what that is, but it's very cool. Super different. Is that like a burger or something like that?
I really don't know. Something old, that's for sure.
Okay, sorry, that was very disruptive. I could not look at that. Okay.
Somebody's taking a lot of time restoring that thing.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's big too. That's got to be 70 feet, something like that.
Yeah, 70, 80 feet.
Anywho.
Yeah. So the barnacle anchor, it was on the previous owner's previous boat. They were on a 61-foot sailboat that they lived on for years and years in the Bahamas, through the islands. And it held their 61-foot sailboat in place. So, good enough for that, it's good enough for me.
Yeah. And we have a baby barnacle on the dinghy.
We do, yeah. The dinghy came with a baby barnacle, a little small, but it's cute. Yeah, so anyway, pulled it up, full of mud, took off, windy. Went through the cut, through the NASA bridges and so forth, and then into Mosquito Lagoon, long run out in the open, lots of wind and waves. Finally made it into more inhabited inhabitants, and it's been fair. The wind's still blowing, but the big waves and stuff weren't there, or the chop, I should say. It's not big waves, but the chop wasn't there, and the spray coming over the bow. So, like Wendy said, it was going to be really due north windy where we were at, and there was going to be a bridge right behind us, which made me feel a little uncomfortable. With questionable holding there, it's a small sort of anchorage. It's right at Seabreeze is where it's at, with the twin bridges in Daytona. So anyway, we're not in a huge hurry, and we decided, well, let's try something new prior to that. So here we are. We're in something new. We're just south of the Ponce Inlet in Daytona. So we're actually in New Smyrna, and right up around the corner is the Ponce Inlet. So we're just south of that, and we're hoping for a good night here. Got dinner planned to cook on board again. I think tonight's a chicken dinner.
Chicken thighs, you're going to air fry or grill?
I think we'll grill them.
Yeah, that's always good.
And I'm going to try to run tonight. But trying to shy away from the generator a little bit as much as we can on this trip. We used to run the generator every night. When we got the boat, there were 700 hours on the generator, 700, well, 727 or something like that. It now has 7,300 and some hours on our Cummins Onan 9 kW generator. So we call her Jenny, and Jenny does a wonderful job. She keeps us comfortable. She runs our washer dryer, our stand-up freezer, our water maker, all of that stuff. So she does a real good job, and we in turn take care of her with plenty of oil changes, belts, water pumps, impellers, new mufflers, that kind of thing, hoses. So
what is the anticipated lifespan, tell them, of that generator?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'm hoping for, my original plan was 10,000 hours. It seems like we'll
now
do
we're
that.
hoping for 20.
Yeah, now we're hoping for 20. Somebody read me a story where they'll run 30,000 hours. Now, having been in the equipment business all my life, I'm not buying off on that. I don't think that's reality, but hey, if it happens, it happens. So, but what we're trying to do, because of the fuel burn and the price of fuel today, and nowadays, we're trying to wean off of the generator a bit. We have plans for lithium battery installation in the future, probably next year or this season, and solar, yes. But in any case, the temperature's been very cool. And I think it was 68 one night and night before last, and then tonight it's supposed to be down to like 66
or 64 or something.
So with the breeze blowing and open the main hatch, we're good. The only thing we have to do is we have to pay attention to our stand-up freezer, because it's not a 12-110, it's just a 110 volt. But it will go for a solid 2 days plus before it starts defrosting at all and makes any impact. So we ran the generator last night. We didn't run the generator the night before. So I'm thinking tonight we'll try to lay off the generator, and we'll save the fuel. In a 12-hour run, the Jenny only burns like 5 gallons of diesel. Tip top. That's the tops it'll burn. So it's not that big, but the main engines, each per day in a full 50-60 mile run, they'll run 10 gallons each side. So, in 2 days of non-generator, that's another day running for one engine, and 4 days, that's a whole nother day for both engines running. So
it's worth it.
Yeah, it's totally worth it. On top of that, the wear and tear on the generator and having her last longer. So that's the plan. What do we got here? We talked about where we are, lots of wind. We started seeing a lot more dolphin today.
We did.
Yeah, finally.
Very murky water again because the winds are up, but there were, I don't know, probably 10 or 15 dolphin in that one last pod that we saw.
In one last pod, and we've seen a few pods. We did see our first spoonbill roseate, which I don't know if everybody knows what that is, but it will remind you, you'll think you're seeing a flamingo, pink flamingo, when you first see it. But if you look at it through the binoculars, it has a spoonbill, so it has a broad, flat bill, but similar to the size of a flamingo, maybe smaller, a little smaller,
and a paler pink.
Yeah. So we've seen the first one of those today, just north of the North NASA Causeway. but south of Hallover Inlet Canal. Yeah, Hallover Canal's where you get a little break when you go from from Titusville and then into the Mosquito Lagoon.
Last time we went through there, both ways, we saw a lot. It was not so windy, so much calmer, much clearer water. We saw a lot of wildlife in there, a lot of manatees and dolphin and all kinds of stuff inside of that canal.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a no wake zone the whole way, but you had to power up to get onto that bridge today. Remember there was a cat coming?
I'll tell you what, the current was ripping through there westbound. We were headed east or north, whichever way you want to look at it, but the current was really coming through there. And we typically run at about 1,250 to 1,300 RPMs is what our normal RPMs are. And we had it up around 1,700 RPMs coming through there, so we were throttling up coming through that canal. There was a catamaran, like Wendy said, coming at us from the other side, and he was coming with the current, so he had the right of way, but he said go ahead and go. We were sort of ahead of him to meet the bridge, and he said go ahead and go, so we did, but it took a lot of power to get through there.
It's kind of interesting.
Probably half of our fuel burn was right there coming through that bridge.
So much for the generator. Now you can't run that for like 3 nights.
I know. Yeah.
So, lots of wind. What else? What do you have in your notes?
That's it. We've covered everything, I think.
Okay. Well, tomorrow we're going to see where we end up. I don't know. We might make it to St. Augustine, right? What's today? It's only Wednesday, so Thursday. Maybe we'll anchor outside of St. Augustine. Maybe we'll try Daytona. It all just depends on what the wind is going to be, or maybe we'll find another new spot.
Yeah, St. Augustine's really cool around I think I'm saying it right, the Matanzas River, and south of Daytona is really cool. And there's some anchorages just north of Daytona, or I'm sorry, St. Augustine. Yeah, just south and north of St. Augustine. There's the Lions Bridge where we normally anchor or moor there, and then there's a bridge on the north side, north of the inlet. That's kind of where the Publix and the restaurant, and there's some restaurants, nicer restaurants there, public shopping center, and there's some anchorages up there.
Yeah.
So maybe we try to go there and anchor. I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see, because we're going to do a mooring ball on Friday night and Saturday night. Because we'll be in St. Augustine for the weekend. I think we said that last time. My sister's coming, so she'll have a car, by the way.
Yeah.
Thanks, Cindy. We're going to Publix.
Grab some more groceries. We might need wine.
You don't know.
What else?
I guess that's it. I don't know. There's really not a whole lot. It's been beautiful weather other than the wind.
Right.
During the day, and the temperature right now is nice. It's just that the wind is up, so I'm cold.
Yeah, yeah.
Blue sky and sun.
Wind is blowing. It's supposed to lay down tonight, and finally tomorrow sometime it's supposed to lay down and everything calm out for several days.
So our next video will be like, oh my God, it's hot.
It's hot. We gotta run the generator.
It's hot. I'm melting.
Well, I think that's probably all we got.
Okay. So
she didn't get the hint. I was going like this on her there.
It's like you do it.
Oh,
ready?
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.